mention inspiration. But first, I'd like to say Bismillah Irrahmanir Rahim, in the name of God, the most gracious, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. And you are listening to Radio Mac, broadcasting on 107.1 FM from the heart of Bradford. And I would like to give thanks and praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to come into your lives to bring this message of hope, happiness, peace, love and well-being, that we may remind you of the favours Allah has bestowed on you, and also that you may, take something from these programs that we bring to you here at Radio Mac and apply them to your life. Now, the Quran that I use is the Allama Abdullah Yusuf Ali version that was translated from Arabic to English. And the main feature of these talks is about looking at the Quran in a symbolic way and also helping you on your journey to understand the verses in a more spiritual way of thinking. And also, because you are a spiritual being and you have come into this world to experience what it's like to be a human being. But we are spiritual beings first. Now, if what I quote does not match up exactly with the version of the Quran that you have, it may be that you have got a different edition. Now, something I'd like to start off talking to you about is the awareness. Now, this is, you could look at these as techniques for achieving greater awareness and personal growth. Because without personal growth, we would each be lost. We would have nothing to strive for. And it's with our striving within ourselves as we learn. This is where we begin to grow and achieve our full potential in life. So personal growth is a journey that requires self-reflection and a willingness to change oneself. It is a process of becoming more self-aware and understanding one's own strengths and weaknesses, and working towards personal goals that help you to grow and develop. While the path of personal growth is unique for each individual, there are some techniques that you can use to help you to unlock the power of self-awareness and promote personal growth. One of those ways is through meditation and mindfulness. So before we get into this personal growth and development and mindfulness, it's been a while since I've played a nasheed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play a beautiful nasheed, something that you can listen to. And if you want, if you get time, go and get a paper and pen, because I will be quoting some verses. And you can either write these verses down, or if you've got your Qurans ready, you can quickly flick to the verses and have a look at the verses that I mention. But we are going to look at inspiration and what is this word, and how can that word relate, how it relates to ourselves, and how we receive inspiration from the heavens. So I have spoken about manifesting and a number of different topics, and looking at the Quran, selected certain words to focus on. So get your paper and pens, or if you've got your Qurans, because we will be quoting some verses. But first, before we get into that, I'd like to play Zayn Beaker, and it's called Give Thanks to Allah. And, then we'll come back and start looking at these verses.
Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. You're listening to Radio Mac, broadcasting on 107.1 FM. And just to let you know also, we are actually live on YouTube. So if you want to run over to that channel and you can watch us live, and if you want to share your comments, feel free to share any comments or ask any questions during the program. So we are talking about a specific word today, and that word is inspiration, because it's important that we understand inspiration and what inspiration is. And one way to really connect to the inspiration within yourself, and that is through mindful meditation. And that is the art of being present within the moment. So instead of living in the past or in the future dictated by your thoughts, be right here, right now, in the moment. And this is what meditation is about. It's about you going within, closing your eyes, going within yourself, seeing what is there, getting rid of the stuff or not listening to the information that's presenting itself to you, just ignoring all that and being in the moment with yourself. So mindful meditation, it is the practice of being or being within or bringing your attention to the present moment. And it's a technique that helps you to cultivate self-awareness and focus through regular practice of meditation or being mindful. You are able to observe your thoughts, feelings without judgments and allow them to gain a deeper understanding of yourself, as you listen to the thoughts that enter your mind. For this is who you really are. This is all the information that you've accepted into yourself as a truth, as a way of life. So whatever you think about is who you are within yourself. And this is the beauty of meditation. I know some people don't think it's a thing that we have to practice, but it allows you to look at who you really are. And mindful meditation can help you to become more aware of the patterns of behavior and thought that you're expressing. And it allows you to make conscious decisions about your actions and reactions. Another way of looking at yourself is through what is known as journaling. Now, this is another way of writing things down in, say, a journal, and it involves expressing your thoughts on paper and the experiences you are having in your everyday life. Some people look at this and they make a diary of their everyday life, and that's a great way of looking at how you're doing in your own self. And journaling can help you to gain clarity about some of your emotions or identify patterns of behavior, and maybe look at writing them down and working through them on the paper, because it's all about getting what's inside of you out of the way and then maybe reading it back and getting an understanding about yourself. Because if you never go within yourself or look at yourself, you never really learn as much about who you are. And this is a great way of finding out who you are from within yourself. And this comes down to being able to self-reflect. So self-reflection is a process of looking inwards and examining your thoughts, feelings and behaviours. And it involves taking a step back and analysing yourself objectively. Self-reflection can help individuals identify their values, beliefs, goals, as well as other areas where they need to improve themselves. By examining your actions and reactions, you are able to develop a greater understanding about yourself and then work towards your personal goals. So all this reflection on yourself, it does play a very important part in you becoming aware and knowing yourself and being able to live in the moment. And also feedback. So this feedback can come from yourself through, say, journaling and you reading back what you have written to analyse and understand how you dealt with certain situations, or when you're talking to other people, you will get feedback from them and you can use that feedback to understand yourself. Now, I'm not talking about the negative feedback that some people like to throw around the world. I'm talking about the positive information. And when you take that on board and it becomes a part of you, then you can, work on it. And it's like, for example, reading the Quran. Now, when you read the Quran, what do? You take those verses and you apply those verses to your life. In other words, those verses become a part of you. And then as they become a part of you, as you enter your physical experiences, you recall those verses and apply them to the experiences that you are going through. And this is another way. When you read the Quran, you are seeking you get some kind of feedback. You can measure yourself against what you understand about the verses and your actions or reactions accordingly. So, colleagues and friends, they're a good way of getting feedback, and also family members will help you to understand your own self as well. So some of these things, will help you to know yourself. Because if you never know yourself, how will you ever understand yourself? We are coming up for a little break, and we will continue to look at inspiration and the meaning behind this word.
You are listening to RADIOMAC's Rabiul Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403. Accident Law Group. Had an accident? Call our dedicated claim line on 01274 481111. That's 481111. Recovery and storage, instant vehicle replacement, taxi replacement, self-hire, approved NBRA body shop, legal advice. Email info@accidentlawgroup.co.uk or visit 44 Duckworth Grove, Bradford, BD9 5HQ.
रज़िया केरी फिक्र च पई है
पैनू ना बयानी शॉपिंग वास्ते इधर उधर फिरना पैसी
ओ जाए फिरने की क्या जरूरत है सिद्धे चाचा प्लाजा चो जिथे हर चीज लबनी जूलरी ते कपड़े तक प्लाजा एक ते बेशुमार दुकाना इस जाइना ना चाचा प्लाजा
Spend £50 or more at Chacha Plaza to have a chance at winning a gold ring every Sunday. Terms and conditions apply. Chacha Plaza, 2 Ingleby Road, Bradford, BD7 2AT, 01274 571100. Mover Properties are a team of qualified professionals with a decade of experience in the property industry. Are you looking for tenants? Is your property empty? Do you want peace of mind? Mover Properties has the solution. Full management, regular inspection, property maintenance, tenants waiting in all areas, letting sales and commercials. Mover Properties, 10 Duckworth Lane, BD9 482 999. Other branch 282 Ollerton Road, BD15. Email info@moverproperties.co.uk and our website moverproperties.co.uk.
क्या गल है कुछ ना इंतजार होना लगे
और ये रहा हम बस का इंतजार करती है अभी तक इधर से कोई बस गुजरा ही नहीं है
और छोड़ो बस है की अच्छो गड्डी च बियो
और ये रहा हमारे बैठने से कहीं तुम्हारा गाड़ी का टायर ना पंक्चर हो जाए कहीं हवा ना निकल जाए
अगर ऐसी कोई गल होई गई तो सीधे ले जो सर
BM Tires for your puncture repairs, wheel balancing and tracking. New and power-on tires available. BM Tires, 22 Paradise Street, BD1 2HR, 01274 728 288. The best name in tires, BM Tires.
Globally, more than 1,000 children under the age of 5 die daily because of lack of clean, safe water. Is this fair? Help Families Relief provide the poorest villages with clean, safe water and protect them from waterborne disease. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was asked which charity is the best. He replied, providing water. Join the campaign and help us to save hundreds of lives. If you do one good thing today, call 0114 365 4454 or visit familiesrelief.org.uk and give life with water.
Would you like to advertise digitally at a cost that is flexible, targetable, affordable and accessible? Then look no further. Adverts for You has designed most comprehensive range of digital advertising vans to meet the needs of businesses and agencies nationwide. Mobile digital vans with the best of technology to get your message delivered to targeted audience of your choice. Adverts from as little as £99, interacting and measuring in real time the client's message. Visit advertsforyou.co.uk or call 0781 785 4715 to book your campaign today.
Al Markaz Islami presents Islamic law and traditional studies for sisters. New course for busy mothers, working sisters, and all sisters who would like to learn the foundation of our deen. Monday to Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. Enrolling now. Course begins 4th September 2023. Sisters aged 16 and over. Modules include translation of the glorious Quran, Hadith science, tafsir, Islamic jurisprudence, and much more. Come in and visit Al Markaz Al Islami, Beckside Lane, Bradford, BD7 2JX, 01274 270 043.
ओ मरी क्या हुए
क्या गल है चाचा कुदरे साइकिल पर नहीं डठे हो
साइकिल पर कोई ना डठा लक्का ने दर्द नाल ते जोड़ा ने दर्द नाल मरी क्या हुए
ते फिर सलंजी ड्रिंक पियो ना
ए सलंजी ड्रिंक क्या होड़ा
चाचा इस ड्रिंक विच खालिस शलाजीत अखरोट पिस्ते बादाम काजू ते और भी बहुत सारी चंगीਆਂ चीਜ਼ਾं पईयां ने ए ड्रिंक पीने नाल लक्के ने दर्द कोलेस्ट्रोल ब्लड प्रेशर जोड़ा ने दर्द सारा कुछ ठीक हो जासी ते तुसा घोड़े हाल दौड़सो
Salanji, our own natural milk energy drink available at all Chacha Chai stores. Visit salanji.com.
New insights into the mysteries of the Quran, a book by Asif Saba, self-help guide to meditation and the Quran, health, wealth, happiness and well-being. Order your copy on Amazon now or visit asifsabamindfulness.com. The Rock Crystals is an adventure into the afterlife, also available on Amazon.
मामा आज क्या खासो
वो पामाजान उसना पामाजान
ओ मामा ये रोज पामाजान खाई खाई तंग नहीं पैणी हो
वो चला भी गए 100 बारी खाओ ते तावे नहीं तंग पैना
तो फिर करा ऑर्डर
वो टली खड़का देर कैसी है
12 Manville Terrace, Bradford. Call 01274 726 218. Opposite Bradford College and University. Open on weekdays 11 a.m. till midnight and weekends from 3 p.m. till midnight. Delivery available from 5 p.m. Delicious Parmesan House, Manville Terrace is the only exclusive Delicious Parmesan House in Bradford. You are listening to RADIOMAC Rabia Thani Hosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. My name is Asif Saba, and you're listening to RADIOMAC broadcasting on 107.1 FM. And we are today talking about inspiration. So we'll just cover it a little bit more, then the azan will come up, and then after the azan we'll continue our conversation about inspiration. And you know, I don't know if you're aware, but the word inspiration appears 57 times in the Quran. Look, and because inspiration comes to each of us, but if we're not paying attention to ourselves and what is going on within ourselves, we will miss this beautiful expression or this divine guidance that comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before the azan, I'd like to say a special hello to Kenise Fatima. I did end up meeting Kenise last week, and it was nice to meet her face to face when we went down to Artside. So a special blessings to Kenise Fatima for all her love and support, and she's a regular listener to RADIOMAC. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, guide you, and keep you safe, Kenise. And also for all the other listeners out there, I'd like to send out a special blessing filled with love and light and happiness and joy and all the beautiful names of Allah. May you all be blessed, and thank you for your support. And, you know, I hope, you know, we can bring some love and light into your lives and remind you about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all the favors that he has bestowed on you, and that you can take on board some of the information that we bring to you to help you, to remind you and guide you along your pathway. But let me tell you where the best of guidance comes. It's within yourself. So turn yourself within and learn to acknowledge the guidance that is sent to you from your guardian angels. So, you know, we've got two guardian angels, one on the left and one inspire you and keep you on your pathway. So we are coming up for the Azan very soon. So just remember, follow your local times. The time over here at RADIOMAC is 7:39 and 25 seconds. And so, follow your local times for the Azan. And then once it's the Azan has been called, we will come back and continue our look and conversation about inspiration and how you can tune into the divine guidance, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always inspiring each of us along our pathways. Bismillah.
ये हदीस मुत्तफ़िक़ अलैहि है और ये अल्फाज मुस्लिम के हैं। हदीस मुबारक हज़रत मुआज़ बिन जबल रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु से रवायत है कि रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने मेरा हाथ पकड़कर फरमाया, मुझे तुमसे मोहब्बत है। मैंने अर्ज़ किया, मुझे भी आपसे मोहब्बत है। फरमाया, नमाज के बाद हमेशा ये दुआ पढ़ा करो, रब्बी आइन्नी अला ज़िक्रिका व शुक्रिका व हुस्न इबादतिक। इलाही मुझे मदद दे कि मैं आपकी याद, आपका शुक्र और आपकी खूब इबादत करता रहूं।
This hadith is sponsored by Safeco Cash and Carry.
सामीन, अज़ान इशा का वक्त हुआ जाता है। आइए अज़ान इशा सुनते हैं। इस अज़ान के लिए हमारे साथ ताउन किया है
BM Tires and Accident Law Group.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ए अल्लाह, इस दावत ताम्मा और सलात कायमा के मालिक, तू हमारे सरदार हज़रत मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को वसीला और फजीलत और बहुत बुलंद दर्जा अता फरमा और इनको मकाम महमूद में खड़ा कर जिसका तूने उनसे वादा किया है, और हमें क़यामत के दिन की शफाअत नसीब फरमा। बेशक तू वादा के खिलाफ नहीं करता। हम पर अपनी रहमत फरमा, ए सबसे बढ़कर रहम करने वाले।
सामीन, अभी आप अज़ान इशा सुन रहे थे। इसके लिए हमारे साथ तावन किया था
BM Tires and Accident Law Group।
हमारी दुआ है कि अल्लाह पाक इनके रिज़्क़ हलाल में बरकत अता फरमाए। आमीन।
BM Tires, 22 Paradise Street, 01274 728 288, and Accident Law Group 01274 481111, and info@accidentlawgroup.co.uk. This is your Muslim Community Radio from the heart of Bradford, RADIOMAC on 107.1 FM, the voice of the Muslim community. RADIOMAC, your full-time Muslim community radio.
I feel so good, I feel so close to you.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. My name is Asif Saba, and I'm here at RADIOMAC, bringing you a program that is talking about inspiration, and we're going to look at some verses from the Quran about inspiration and how we are also receiving inspiration all the time to guide us on our pathway. And this inspiration that we receive is the same inspiration that the prophets and everybody else receives. So you've got to think about this, because how much of that inspiration do you listen to? And this is the difference between ourselves and the prophets and everybody else. It all comes down to, do we pay enough attention to the inspiration that is sent to us? And it's only by following the inspiration that comes to us that we will truly be guided along our pathway. So one of the things we need to do is to step outside of our comfort zone. And when we do this, it can clear the way. And it's like saying, okay, I've got this comfort zone, these ideas that I think life is all about. Now, at the moment, that is all about the physical reality. And what you have to do is put aside those ideas that you have about this world and what is going on within this world. And this is because what we do is we as we're living our lives, we take on information, and that becomes like a platform upon which we stand. It's like a comfort zone of ideas. Now, sometimes those comfort zones within ourselves can be such a strong foundation, because it's all built up on the life of the world, that we have trouble seeing beyond them. But sometimes we have to be truthful with ourselves, and be prepared to push our comfort zone to the side and listen to our own inner personal truth. Now, sometimes trying out new things, whether it's something that you've learned or it's something that you're planning on learning, that will bring into your life new ideas which will help you on your journey. This can be so many different things. It can be a new skill, traveling to a new place, trying a new hobby, going out and meeting different people. Doing something different will bring different thoughts into you that pushes aside the old you, and the new you will flourish. And again, the best way of receiving new ideas is to listen to the inspiration that comes to you. And that will help you to break down this comfort zone of ideas that we've created about our life in this world. So be strong, be prepared to push this comfort zone aside, and this will allow room for growth. It will allow you to achieve a greater self-awareness and help you to personally grow. And it is critical and crucial for a fulfilling life. without being able to, without being prepared to push our old self to the side and bring in new information, we will just become stagnant and we won't grow at all. And our thoughts and emotions will just keep cycling around and around and around until we take hold of who we are and push our way through these behavioral activities that we keep repeating over and over again. So, for example, if you're bored and you've got nothing to do, take up a new hobby. Take up the Quran and read it, because as you read the Quran in a language you understand, you will find new ideas that you didn't find on previous readings, or you will learn something new about yourself from the verses, and then you can take that information within yourself, let it establish itself as a platform of ideas upon which you can stand, and then use that to navigate yourself through your earthly experiences. And so by developing self-awareness and personal growth, it does involve you looking within yourself and exploring your own thoughts, emotions and behaviors, and understand how they are shaping your life. Now, if you are looking for some kind of guidance on this, I do have a book out called Self-Help Guide to Meditation and the Quran, which is full of ideas, and it does delve deeper into the inspiration of the Quran, and maybe you will learn something different and another way of looking at the verses. But you can buy this book on Amazon. I also have another book called The Rock Crystals, which is an adventure story into the afterlife. So if you don't have anything to do and you're finding you've got time on your hands, you can always log on to Amazon and have a look. And if you buy it, don't forget to write a review after you've finished it, because they do come in handy. It's nice to know what people are thinking. Anyway, let's look at a verse from the Quran. And the first verse I'm going to start off with is Surah 2, verse 37. And it's this. It says, "Then learned Adam from his Lord words of inspiration, and his Lord turned towards him, for he is oft returning, most merciful." So when you listen to the inspiration within yourself, you are turning towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you know that when you turn towards Allah, Allah will turn towards you, because all inspiration comes from the heavens. And so you know the difference between when you listen to inspiration and when you go off on your own direction. So listening to the words of inspiration means you are paying attention to what the angels are saying to you, because they're like your guardian angels. They've come into your life. They were with you before you were born. They will be with you after you pass away from this world. And they are there guiding you along. They know your full life's history. They know what went on behind you or in the past, what is going to happen in the future. And they are directing you. However, something we talked about last week was free will. And we do have a choice. It's up to us. Do we listen to the inspiration that comes to us, or do we turn our back on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the inspiration that is sent to free our souls, and let us walk on a pathway that leads back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So think about this. And let's also look at another verse from the Quran. It's a following verse. So we've looked at Surah 2, verse 37. Let's look at Surah 2, verse 38 for it's still talking about Adam and Eve, and it says, "We said, get ye down all from here, and if, as is sure, there comes to you guidance from me, whoever follows my guidance, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve." So you can see the difference between listening to that little voice of inspiration within yourself and following it. Consciously, you will become much more calmer, much more able to navigate your way through the experiences that you go through in life. And your angels are there. They're wanting you to listen to their wise words of wisdom and follow the guidance that they're presenting to you. But if you decide that you do not want to follow this guidance, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the free will. But the best thing is to follow that which comes to you, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and your guardian angels know the best possible course of direction that you should take in your life. And they are willing you to do the best you can, just to stop and listen to their advice. So let's listen. Let's look at another verse from the Quran, and it's Surah 6, verse 19. And it says this: "Say, what thing is most weighty in evidence? Say, God is witness between me and you. This Quran hath been revealed to me by inspiration, that I may warn you of all and all who it reaches. Ye can possibly bear witness that besides God there is no other but God. Say, nay, I cannot bear witness. Say, but in truth, He is the one God, and I truly am innocent of your blasphemy of joining others with Him." So again, you can see this word inspiration, and this is a verse associated to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, where he's saying that, he's not guilty for the things that we associate to Allah that shouldn't be associated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that the inspiration that is revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it is the same inspiration that reaches you and each of us, but do we listen enough to know the inspiration is coming to us? So again, that word inspiration, it comes to you, but you have to pay attention and listen. Another verse from the Quran is Surah 40, verse 15. "Raised high above ranks or degrees, He is the Lord of the throne of authority. By His command doth He send the spirit of inspiration to any of His servants He pleases, that it may warn men of the day of mutual meeting." So again, we can see the spirit of inspiration is sent to each of us, and we are all servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all doing His bidding. So again, the spirit of inspiration comes to you, it advises you, but you have to turn your face in the direction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to hear what it says. And again, going within, meditation is another way of blocking out everything else, learning to go past the regular thoughts you have about this physical reality, and listening to the divine inspiration that is sent to you as a way of guiding you through this world. So when you think about this, you will see that inspiration is mentioned 57 times in the Quran. So when you're coming across this word, you have to kind of look at the meaning behind it and how inspiration plays such a big part in your journey through life. And let's look at another verse from the Quran. We'll look at it after the adverts, because the adverts are going to come on in a little second. And then once the adverts have been, we will look at some more verses regarding inspiration. Now, I've only taken a handful of these verses, but when you're reading the Quran, when you come across this verse, at least you'll be able to pay attention to what it means and is saying.
You are listening to RADIOMAC's Rabi'a Thani Ghosiyah broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
New insights into the mysteries of the Quran, a book by Asif Saba, self-help guide to meditation and the Quran, health, wealth, happiness and well-being. Order your copy on Amazon now or visit asifsabamindfulness.com. The Rock Crystals is an adventure into the afterlife, also available on Amazon.
यार तुम तो कहते थे कि नया मकान लेने के बाद मेरी पॉकेट खाली हो गई है। ये इतने खूबसूरत कारपेट और लैमिनेट फ्लोरिंग कहाँ से आए हैं?
अरे भाई भला हो मनिंगम कारपेट वालों का, जहाँ से कारपेट और लैमिनेट फ्लोरिंग आए हैं। अगर आप भी अपने घर को खूबसूरत कारपेट और फ्लोरिंग से सजाना चाहते हैं और पैसे बचाना चाहते हैं तो इसके लिए एक ही नाम, Manningham Carpets. We have a wide selection of carpets, laminate and vinyls. 230 Manningham Lane, Bradford, BD8 7BZ 01274 973 206 or 07984 15455.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। मुसलमान भाइयों बहनों, जामिया उस्मानिया हीटर रोड ब्रैडफोर्ड 9 नई मस्जिद बना रहे हैं जिस पर 3 मिलियन पाउंड खर्चा आएगा। इस सदका जारिया में हिस्सा लेकर जन्नत में अपना घर बनाएं, क्योंकि अल्लाह के नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का फरमान है, जिसने दुनिया में अल्लाह का घर बनाया अल्लाह उसको जन्नत में घर अता फरमाएगा। राब्ता के लिए मुफ्ती मोहम्मद बशीर मतायर, फोन नंबर 07866311213 और साहबजादा मोहम्मद यास साहब 07367576631।
क्या आप पाकिस्तान या आजाद कश्मीर में सामान भेजना चाहते हैं और अच्छी सर्विस, अच्छा रेट और टाइम पर सामान की डिलीवरी चाहते हैं? तो फिर स्पीडी कार्गो सर्विसेज से आज ही राब्ता करें। स्पीडी कार्गो डोर टू डोर सर्विस फराहम करते हैं। हमेशा याद रखिए, स्पीडी कार्गो सर्विसेज 107 लेग्रम्स लैंड, ब्रेडफोर्ड 7, टेलीफोन 0796098324 स्पीडी कार्गो सर्विसेज, आपके एतमाद का नाम।
Would you like to advertise digitally at a cost that is flexible, targetable, affordable and accessible? Then look no further. Adverts for You has designed most comprehensive range of digital advertising vans to meet the needs of businesses and agencies nationwide. Mobile digital vans with the best of technology to get your message delivered to targeted audience of your choice. Adverts from as little as £99, interacting and measuring in real time the client's message. Visit advertsforyou.co.uk or call 0781 785 4715 to book your campaign today.
रज़िया केरी फिक्रिच पईए
पहनू ना बयानी शॉपिंग वास्ते इधर उधर फिरना पैसी
ओ जाए फिरनी नी क्या जरूरत है सिद्धे चाचा प्लाजा चो जिथे हर चीज लबनी ज्वेलरी ते कपड़े तक प्लाजा एक ते बेशुमार दुकाना इस जाइना ना चाचा प्लाजा
Spend £50 or more at Chacha Plaza to have a chance at winning a gold ring every Sunday. Terms and conditions apply. Chacha Plaza, 2 Ingleby Road, Bradford, BD7 2AT 01274 571100. Are you having trouble paying too much energy bills? If so, contact us for the cheapest rates in the UK guaranteed. Ring Arshad Madni on 07578 995 170 or Humair on 07936 77403 or females contact Rihanna on 07956 456 239. If you take any 3 services with us, you will receive £150 cashback. If you mention RADIOMAC, £50 extra cashback. Dedicated to save you money on your energy bill.
details.
मामा आज क्या खासो
वो पामाजान हाउस ना पामाजान
ओ मामा ये रोज पामाजान खाई खाई तंग नहीं पैनी हो
वो चला ही गए 100 बारी खाओ ते तावे नहीं तंग पैना
तो फिर करा ऑर्डर
वो टली खड़का देर कैसी है
12 Manville Terrace, Bradford. Call 01274 726 218. Opposite Bradford College and University. Opened every day, 3 p.m. till midnight. Delivery available from 5 p.m. Delicious Parmesan House, Manville Terrace is the only exclusive delicious Parmesan house in Bradford. Accident Law Group. Had an accident? Call our dedicated claim line on 01274 481111. That's 481111. Recovery and storage, instant vehicle replacement, taxi replacement, self-hire, approved NBRA body shop, legal advice. Email info@accidentlawgroup.co.uk or visit 44 Duckworth Grove, Bradford, BD9 5HQ. Chaiwali, Little Horton Lane, BD5 9BL. Buy one, get second item half price from Monday to Thursday. Come and try our Karak Chai, Kashmiri tea, Desi tea, delicious desserts, donuts, brownies and much more. Don't forget Yogurtwali, our second branch on 820 Leeds Road, BD3 9TY. First shop in Yorkshire to do fat-free frozen yogurt with 4 flavors and over 32 toppings.
जिला शहबाज ला मकानी किंदे ले नूरानी.
You are listening to RADIOMAC Rabiul Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. My name is Asif Saba, and we're broadcasting from the heart of Bradford on 107.1 FM. And you're listening to Radio Mac. Something I'd like, before reading this next verse, is just to remind people, we all want to become like the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and live our lives the same way that he lived his life. And one of the things he used to do is listen to the inspiration that comes to him, and you'll see that in this next verse that says, and it's Surah 46 verse 9, which says, I am no bringer of newfangled doctrine among the apostles, nor do I know what will be done with me or with you. I follow but that which is revealed to me by inspiration. I am but a warner, open and clear. So the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to follow the inspiration that came to him. He didn't used to speak on his own behalf, but he would listen and be inspired, and then he spoke, and it was all the inspiration. So if you want to live your life as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, start paying attention to the inspiration within yourself. Because as we spoke about earlier, the spirit of inspiration is there, inspiring you. But if you do not listen to this spirit of inspiration within yourself, then you will never really step onto the true path of Islam. You will always be sidestepping it, kind of walking down the pathway that doesn't lead directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and the teachings of Islam, they are nothing new. It's not a new doctrine. These teachings have been there ever since time began. So it's because we never listened to the inspiration that came to us, we started wandering off and creating all these other things that we find in life. But the key is to go within yourself, start listening and paying attention to the inspiration that comes to you. And then you will walk the pathway of the best pathway you can possibly walk. So those are just a number of verses that talk about inspiration. And, be aware that it is in the Quran, this word, inspiration, 57 times. I just would like to remind you that because, it's there. And by paying attention, by reading the Quran, listening to what the verses are saying, you take that information in, build your own platform according to where you are standing, and then you can use those verses to navigate yourself through the experiences of life that you're having, and even find answers to your inner questions. And remember, everything starts from within yourself. So to find answers to your inner questions, why not go within? Why not read the Quran and take on board the advice that you see reflected in the verses? Now, I just want to go on to another little topic, and again, it's from a verse from the Quran, and it's Surah 91, verse 7. And it says this: by the soul and the proportion and order given to it. So there is a proportion and order that is given to each soul. And this comes down to our own light and darkness. So we are portioned an amount of darkness. We are also portioned an amount of light. And it's within this light and darkness that we find our guidance. Now, if you listen to the darkness of your soul, and I have spoken about this on many times, when we talked about the 3 veils of darkness and the 3 veils of light. So now, can you see how everything is kind of fitting together, and how all the verses make sense when you start to look at them? So if you reflect on what we spoke about when we talked about the 3 veils of darkness, and then of course its opposite is the 3 veils of light. A quick reminder, the 3 veils of darkness are your negative emotions, and as a result you're thinking, and then you lose the willpower to go on because of all the negativity within yourself. You might just find yourself sat there only thinking about whatever you're thinking about, unable to really function as a human being or a spiritual being because you're consumed by certain thoughts. And then there is the guidance from the 3 veils of light. Now, the 3 veils of light are pretty much the same, but they take on a different switch, as it were. Your feelings are closer to divine truth. So through your feelings, you experience the truth, and it's through your feelings that you have certain kinds of thoughts. They're not negative emotions, but a different set of thoughts come through your loving feelings. And as a result, the thoughts you think and entertain, and also the way you feel so much more positive, so much more alive when you're looking at life through the 3 veils of light. So think about the 3 veils of darkness, the 3 veils of light, and also this verse, that Surah 91 verse 7, that talks about by the soul and the proportion and order given to it, is relating to, you've got your darkness and your light, but which one do you listen to? Do you pay enough attention to the inspiration that comes to you that's guiding you towards the light, or do you listen to the darkness and your negative emotions? So again, looking at that verse, you'll see how it fits. And again, you can't blame anybody for the things that befall you in your life. Another verse from the Quran is Surah 30, verse 36, and it says, when we give men a taste of mercy, they exult thereat. In other words, they are happy. And when some evil afflicts them because of what their own hands have sent forth, behold, they are in despair. So you can see here that there are 2 sides again the darkness and the light that exists within you, because no soul can carry another soul's burden. This is how precisely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws work. Everything you experience is because you did not listen previously to the inspiration that comes to us or comes to you, and instead you followed the darkness of your soul. So by listening to this light, the inspiration, the best of your thoughts, you will grow and become greater than you were. And then you start to go forward in your progression or in your growth and development. So let's have a look at another verse from the Quran. I know I'm going a little bit fast through these verses, but I've got quite a few things I want to get through today. And we will look at Surah 34, verse 49, which says, "Say, the truth has arrived, and falsehood neither creates anything new nor restores anything." Now, there's so much truth behind that verse. If you listen to the truth that comes from your guardian angels through the inspiration that comes to you, then you are going to grow and you are going to develop yourself. It's when you start to listen to the falsehoods that things start to go wrong, and falsehood will never restore you. Only by listening to the inspiration that comes to you can you restore your soul's inner essence back to the light. And again, if you look at all the other verses that we've spoken about, and some verses you will know where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not change the condition of a people until they change it with their own souls. Now, I think that is Surah 13, verse 11. I'm going off my memory here, but I'm sure you know the verse. If you've read the Quran, you'll have a memory of that verse, because it is a popular verse that I've heard many people using. So think about that, and let's look at another verse as well. This verse is Surah 32, verse 27, and it goes like this: "And do they not see that we drive rain to parched soil, bare of herbage, and produce therewith crops, providing food for their cattle and themselves? Have they not their vision?" Now, there's a reason why I've chosen that verse, because I'm going to explain it to you, because it's not what you think. It's got a symbolic message behind it. And don't forget, if you are on the internet, you can go to the YouTube channel. We are broadcasting live, so you can tune in. If you've got any messages, you can type in the messages and send them, and I will see them. If you've got any questions about today's show, I don't mind answering any questions you have. If you've got any topics you would like me to discuss, feel free to log on, type into the YouTube channel RADIOMAC and subscribe to the channel, and it will notify you of all the programs that end up being broadcast. So we are live on YouTube, so log in and listen. You can even watch. I'm presenting here live on air, and so join in the conversations and become part of the family of Radio Mac. So let me go back to the verse, Surah 32, verse 27. I'm just going to read it out again, and then I'm going to explain the meaning behind this verse. And it says, "And do they not see that we drive rain to parched soil, bare of herbage, and produce therewith crops, providing food for their cattle and themselves? Have they not the vision?" So let's just look you have to use your inner vision to understand this verse. So the first part is, and do they not see that we drive rain to parched soil? What is the rain? Rain is the inspiration that comes to you. So if you think the rain, it comes to you, and before you start to understand certain spiritual things, it's like you are dead inside. It's like your inner self is bare of spiritual harvest, spiritual herbage, as the Quran says. So there's nothing within. And then it's when you start to grow and develop, the crops within you start to grow. And that next section that says, and produce therewith crops. So as you start to read the Quran and take in the verses, they become a part of you and they help you to grow. They clear away the conditioning, the self-doubt, and everything that is associated to this world, and you start to live a more spiritual life. So this is where the production of crops starts to grow within your inner self as you take on board the inspiration and the advice and the wisdom of the beautiful Quran. And this next section that says, providing food for their cattle and themselves. Now that is a really interesting verse. I love this verse because the idea behind their cattle and themselves. Well, what do you think the cattle is? I'll tell you what it is. So, and again, when you're reading the Quran, you have to kind of switch the meaning of some verses to understand the wisdom of the Quran. So this idea of providing food for their cattle and themselves, well, the cattle is your negative emotions. Think about it. Your negative emotions are like cattle. They're all clumped together. They're like beasts that roam the land within you. And as you start to listen to the inspiration, the wisdom of the Quran, or wherever else you get your knowledge from, it starts to grow crops within yourself. So it starts to provide food for your cattle that's within, and that's all your negative emotions. And what happens to these negative emotions? They become transformed, or should I say, you change. You don't want anything to do with these cattle that are going blah, 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 blah inside of you. Your mind changes. What you want to learn in life changes. Wisdom within you changes. And you start to grow and develop as a person. So this food, the inspiration that you take in, provides food for yourself and the cattle, and then you start to grow. So again, looking at this verse in a spiritual way, you can see how it provides, the wisdom of the Quran provides food for your cattle, the negative emotions, to help them grow. And then when you get rid of those negative emotions and start to take on board the wisdom of the Quran and direct your life accordingly, that becomes food that you can use yourself. So it's all about transformation. It's all about changing who you were into a greater you. So can you see how that verse, it's not just as straightforward as what you think. So I'm going to read it out again. And as I read it, just rethink about what I'm saying and apply what I've just told you to the verses. So let me read that verse again. It's Surah 32, verse 27. And when you come across the word cattle in the Quran, and the Quran that I use is the Allama Abdullah Yusuf Ali version, or Yusuf Ali version, the translation from Arabic to English. That I find, I've read quite a few different Qurans, but I always go back to the Yusuf Ali version because I find it so beautiful in its expression and in its translation from Arabic to English. So it says, Surah 32, verse 27, "And do they not see that we drive rain to parched soil, bare of herbage, and produce therewith crops, providing food for their cattle and themselves? Have they not the vision to see beyond the verse and only associate it to the physical reality? But when you take those verses and apply them to yourself, you know, the rain is the inspiration. You're bare of herbage because you're not listening to the inspiration. And then as you listen to the inspiration, you start to grow spiritual crops within you. So this is like providing food for your cattle, which is the negative emotions. And as your cattle transform into words of wisdom and understandings of wisdom, that is also food for yourself, for your spiritual benefits. And then by understanding the verse this way, have they not the vision to see the spiritual understanding of this verse? So really, read the Quran. I'm only just touching the surface of the wisdom in the Quran, but if you keep listening to this show every Wednesday evening between 7 and 10 o'clock, I will be talking about things like this. So keep tuning in, keep coming onto the website, to YouTube, connecting and listening to RADIOMAC live. You know, you can see me in conversation. You can send any questions you wish. If I don't have an immediate answer, I will make a note of the questions that people are asking. If you've got specific verses you would like to send to me, you can log into the website, send messages. There's so many ways of getting in touch. I do see the phone going, but sometimes I don't always have time to answer the phone. I try my best, but, you know, if not, there are other ways you can contact us and send us all messages. And we at RADIOMAC, we're doing our best to bring you inspiration, to keep you going, to help you on your own journey and remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the next verse I want to look at is Surah 41, verse 30. And it goes like this. "In the case of those who say, 'Our Lord is God,' and further, 'Stand straight and steadfast,' the angels descend on them from time to time. Fear ye not, they suggest, nor grieve, but receive the glad tidings of the garden of bliss, which ye are promised." Now, I did quote this verse last week, but I couldn't remember the verse where it actually was. And it was, Surah 41, verse 30, and that the angels do descend on us, and they will only suggest to us. They will not tell us what we need to do. They will suggest to us just to give us guidance along the pathway. And in their suggestions, because we have free will, we have that free will to choose between our own light and our own darkness. Those who follow the light and inspiration that comes to us have truly stepped onto the best of pathways. And the more they listen to the inspiration that comes to them, the closer they will become to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, don't forget, you do have free will, and this is where you get rewarded. Do you listen to the light of your own inner self and the best possible course of action, or do you listen to the darkness and go your own way? So this is why we did talk, because we talked about free will last week, and I couldn't remember the actual verse. I thought I'd bring it along with me this week and, use that as part of this understanding about inspiration. So think about this. And another verse is Surah 50, verse 16, which we will look at when we come back, because I can see we are coming up for another round of adverts. So if you stay tuned and continue listening, we will come back after these few adverts.
You are listening to Radio Max Rabia Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403. Accident Law Group. Had an accident? Call our dedicated claim line on 01274 481111. That's 481111. Recovery and storage, instant vehicle replacement, taxi replacement, self-hire, approved NBRA body shop, legal advice. Email info@accidentlawgroup.co.uk or visit 44 Duckworth Grove, Bradford, BD9 5HQ.
If you live in social housing and an issue like damp and mould, broken locks or leaks is worrying you, know the steps to complain. Step 1. Report it to your landlord. Then if it's still not fixed, Step 2. Complain through your landlord's complaints process. And if you're not happy with a final response from your landlord, Step 3. Escalate your complaint to the Housing Ombudsman. They're impartial and will investigate fairly. Everyone deserves a safe and secure home. Know your rights. Visit gov.uk/social housing.
रज़िया केरी फिक्र च पई है
पैनू ना बयानी शॉपिंग वास्ते इधर उधर फिरना पैसी
ओ जाए फिरने की क्या जरूरत है सिद्धे चाचा प्लाजा चो जिथे हर चीज लबनी ज्वेलरी ते कपड़े तक प्लाजा एक ते बेशुमार दुकाना इस जाइना ना चाचा प्लाजा
Spend £50 or more at Chacha Plaza to have a chance at winning a gold ring every Sunday. Terms and conditions apply. Chacha Plaza, 2 Ingleby Road, Bradford, BD7 2AT, 01274 571100.
क्या गल है कुछ ना इंतजार होना लगे यार
ओ ये रहा हम बस का इंतजार करती है अभी तक इधर से कोई बस गुजरा ही नहीं है
ओ छोड़ो बसेगी अच्छो गड्डी च बियो
ओ ये रहा हमारे बैठने से कहीं तुम्हारा गाड़ी का टायर ना पंक्चर हो जाए कहीं हवा ना निकल जाए
अगर ऐसी कोई गल होई गई तो सीधे ले जो सच
BM Tires for your puncture repairs, wheel balancing and tracking. New and power-worn tires available. BM Tires, 22 Paradise Street, BD1 2HR, 01274 728 288. The best name in tires, BM Tires.
Save the Mothers Trust is a UK-based charity formed in 2003 with the aim of helping those in poverty and hardship to become self-sufficient and independent. Support our many projects around the world including Food Aid, World Water and the SMT Maternity Hospital. Donate your zakat, sadaqah and lillah by calling 012 74 270 043 or visit smtrust.org.uk. With your continued support, we can help make a difference.
Would you like to advertise digitally at a cost that is flexible, targetable, affordable and accessible? Then look no further. Adverts for You has designed most comprehensive range of digital advertising vans to meet the needs of businesses and agencies nationwide. Mobile digital vans with the best of technology to get your message delivered to targeted audience of your choice. Adverts from as little as £99, interacting and measuring in real time the client's message. Visit advertsforyou.co.uk or call 0781 785 4715 to book your campaign today.
A unique name in the world of fast food, Amigos Bradford, from where you can get tasty mouth-watering pizzas, burgers, shakes, and much more. Delivery service available. Amigos Bradford. Open Monday to Sunday, 4 p.m. till 11 p.m. Order online at amigosbradford.co.uk. 503 Otley Road, Bradford. BD2 4QL. Order line 01274 786 100. Al-Markaz Al-Islami has launched its appeal for £1 million for a purpose-built masjid, which will aim to promote the true message of Islam while uniting all Muslims in Bradford and create sound relations with all communities. Your donations will help in funding the purpose-built masjid, reception, offices, storeroom, first aid, funeral service, library, mortuary, and much more. Bank transfer, Barclays Bank, account name, Al-Markaz Al-Islami, sort code 201188, account number 431616668, or ring 01274 270 043.
New insights into the mysteries of the Quran, a book by Asif Saba, self-help guide to meditation and the Quran, health, wealth, happiness and well-being. Order your copy on Amazon now or visit asifsabamindfulness.com. The Rock Crystals is an adventure into the afterlife, also available on Amazon.
अगर आपको 3 या उससे ज्यादा हफ्तों से खांसी आ रही है तो इसको नजरअंदाज ना करें। अगर आपको 3 या उससे ज्यादा हफ्तों से खांसी आ रही है तो ये कैंसर की निशानी हो सकती है। ये शायद कोई संगीन बात नहीं है, लेकिन कैंसर का जल्द पता लगाना इसे मजीद काबिले इलाज बना देता है। NHS आपका मुआयना करना चाहती है। अपनी जीपी प्रैक्टिस से राब्ता करें। आपकी मदद करने में हमारी मदद कीजिए।
You are listening to RADIOMAC's Rabi'a Thani Khosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. My name is Asif Saba, and I'm broadcasting from the RADIOMAC studio on 107.1 FM. And just to continue our conversation, we've been talking about inspiration and how inspiration plays such an important part in your life. Because without inspiration, you would never even get up out of bed. You would just stay there all day. Inspiration is the key to you living your life. In fact, without inspiration, and you should be grateful for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the angels who watch over you for allowing you to receive this inspiration to keep you motivated. Because without that inspiration, you wouldn't be able to do nothing. You wouldn't have any guidance whatsoever. And you would just be like, say, a tree or something. You would just have to stand there still because you just wouldn't be able to move. So inspiration, it plays such an important part in our daily lives, and you wouldn't know what to do without it. So pay attention, because the more you listen to the inspiration, the more it will play a part in your life and the more divinely you will be guided. And so I just want to just do one last verse from the Quran, and it's a verse that we've mentioned so many times before. It's Surah 50 verse 16, and it says, "It was we who created man, and we know what dark suggestions his soul makes to him, for we are nearer to him than his jugular vein." And again, if you look at this word in there called suggestions, everything you hear is but a suggestion. And it's you who has the free will to make a choice. Do you follow this suggestion from your guardian angels and the light of the hereafter? Or do you follow this suggestion from the darkness and the negative emotions that arise up within you? So again, this verse, it plays such an important part in each of our understandings. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what dark suggestions we harbour in our own souls, because the angels and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is nearer to us than our jugular vein. And by going within yourself, you can make a connection to the inspiration that comes to you. But you have to open your heart in love, trust and truth. Now, one of the ways we can start to listen to the inspiration that comes to us is through meditation and mindfulness, Quranic meditation and mindfulness. And one of the things we can do is to learn to be still in this noisy world. So finding moments of stillness has become a rare and precious thing that we can do, because there's a constant noise all around us. If it's not our phones going off, it's the traffic outside or the television or many of the other distractions that can play a part in our lives today. So finding a time to go away and be not necessarily by yourself, but be in silence will help you on your journey. It gives you a chance to reflect within yourself. So embracing silence, both external and internally, can have profound benefits for our mental, emotional and spiritual well-being. And as we explore the art of stillness, it can bring peace, clarity and a renewal to our lives. Now, silence is not merely the absence of sound, but is a powerful presence. It allows us to connect to external noises and distractions, or it allows us to create a space for inner reflection. And it's by looking within ourselves, we become deeper, the space within us becomes more expanded as our awareness begins to open. By embracing silence, we can access inner wisdom and find answers to our questions. Beyond simply being devoid of sound, we listen to this inner sacred space that is within ourselves. So, think about silence and how powerful it is within your life. Our minds can become clearer, and we can, find answers to questions that we wouldn't otherwise find, because we're not distracted by all the other sounds or all the other thoughts that are taking place within us. And when we listen to ourselves in this peaceful condition beyond the chaos, it does enhance our awareness about many other things that are surrounding us. We can access dimensions beyond the physical reality that the noise connects us to. And as we embrace the silence, we open ourselves up to some of the most amazing ideas and words of wisdom that you can really experience. So while you think about this, I'm just going to play a few nasheeds, and then I'll be back in a little while to discuss more about the art of stillness and embracing silence in this noisy world. So we're going to have a listen to a few nasheeds by Omar Isa, and this one is called Assalamu Alaikum.
Upon you be peace. When we wake up in the morning, when we wake up, we thank Allah for everything we have. Oh, we start the day by praying. Oh,
praying for those who may not have what we have. Every day's another day where we get to smile and play. Blessings upon blessings from Him, Allah. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. May peace be upon you be peace. Oh, 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 oh. We are happy that we're Muslims. La ilaha illallah. Islam is full of love, is made for me and you. Me and you. But we have a job as Muslims. Oh. Standing up against wrong, that is what we do. Every day's another day where we get a chance to pray. Blessings upon blessings from Him, Allah. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. May peace be upon you be peace. Oh, 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 oh. Some may say that you are short, some may say that you are tall, some may say that you're not smart, but nothing's wrong with you at all. But always remember, nobody's better. Allah made us equal. We are all beautiful. Peace and blessings on us all. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. May peace be upon you be peace. Oh, 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 oh. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. May peace be upon you
जो चलता हूँ दुआओं में याद रखना ये जिंदगी ने फिर दिल को धोखा दिया अच्छा चलता हूँ दुआओं में याद रखना ये जिंदगी ने फिर दिल को धोखा दिया दुनिया में बस एक प्यार रखना ये वो प्यार है हर एक सांस में है अंधेरा न रहा अब रोशनी यहाँ तेरा प्यार तेरी अता हम पर हो सदा रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा वे रब्बा रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा वे ar-Rahman हो ar-Raqib हो दिल से करीब हो जान से करीब हो सच्चा ये प्यार है अब तो सुकून है हर वक्त उसका नाम लबों पे रब का नाम अंधेरा न रहा अब रोशनी यहाँ तेरा प्यार तेरी अता हम पर हो सदा रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा वे रब्बा रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा वे रब्बा मेरे या रब्बा मेरे या He'll always be right here
Rabba meri ya Rabba meri Rabba Rabba meri ya Rabba meri ya Rabba meri ya Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. On your home Qiyamah, you will save me with your mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. You will say, oh my Lord, will you save them with your mercy? We were so lost, we were so cold, needing your home to know what to do. Then your liking from your words came to the one who called for us in the cave of the night. When you sat and you cried and you called to the one above. You were lost and then found. You were sent as a mercy for mankind to save themselves from their souls. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. On your home Qiyamah, you will save me with your mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. You will say, oh my Lord, will you save them with your mercy? You showed us the right way, the path to the gateway, the freedom from hearsay. You showed us truth, the trustworthy, the chosen one, the truthful one from Allah. In the cave of the night, when you sat and you cried and you called to the one above. You were lost and then found. You were sent as a mercy for mankind to save themselves from their souls. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. On your home Qiyamah, you will save me with your mercy. With your mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Mercy. You came down as a mercy. You will say, oh my Lord, will you save them with your mercy?
See, I've been praying for your mercy on the day we stand sweaty and thirsty. And although I know I'm not worthy, I still pray that that won't deter me to drink from your hands at the basin, gaze into your face and embrace it. Tell you how much you're amazing on the day you take your place at the station of praise, asking Allah to relieve us, to have mercy upon all the believers, as you plead and plead until Allah grants you leave, saying ask and you shall receive, as you save from the fire all those who believed, even with faith the weight of a mustard seed. Oh Allah, we're in need of your mercy from the man you sent as a mercy.
Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. On your home Qiyamah, you will save me with your mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You came down as a mercy. You will say, oh my Lord, will you save them with your mercy? Would always say our wealth will go someday. The beauty will fade away, and your words and actions will stay. So I stay, 'cause I know that he's here for me today. When I call, he is there for me every night and day. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. I'm running 1,000 miles just to get away from me. Can you cleanse my soul? Can you make me whole? Better me, my king, better me. So I stay, 'cause I know that he's here for me today. When I call, he is there for me every night and day. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Can we strive to beautify our soul? Allah, can you help me achieve my goal? Ya Allah, please save me. Ya Ilahi, please help me. Ya Ilahi, please guide me. Can we strive to beautify our soul? Allah, can you help me achieve my goal? Ya Allah, please save me. My Nabi, 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 my was the greatest man that ever lived, yeah. My Nabi, 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 my was the greatest man that ever lived, yeah. He's the one who taught me life. He taught me everything that I know. I thank Allah for my Nabi. Everything that I do is from the book of Sunnah that I follow each and every day. See my bed, 'cause my prophet said so. I pray my Sunnah, 'cause my prophet said so. Love the Ummah, 'cause my prophet said so. Said so, said so. Thank you Allah for our prophet. His sunnahs are the only riches that we need. This is real success, prophet with no interest. And then can we rest? My Nabi, 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 my was the greatest man that ever lived, yeah. My Nabi, 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 my was the greatest man that ever lived, yeah. You are the one who teach me how to live my life. You show me the path to reach paradise. You are the Lord, wouldn't do without you. You are the only one that give me all that I need.
cause my prophet said so. I pray my sunnah, cause my prophet said so. Love the ummah, cause my prophet said so. Said so, said so.
Yeah. Thank you Allah for our prophet. His sunnahs are the only riches that we need. This is real success, profit with no interest. And then generally rest. My Nabi, my Nabi, my Nabi, my Nabi. Jilan Shahbaz la makani, kindi le nurani.
You are listening to Radio Mac's Rabi'a Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
You are listening to Radio Mac News with Halima Sadia. Main headlines. Beckford Thornton School rated good after visited by Ofsted. Police appeal for witnesses after Wakefield assault. A well-known cameraman in Bradford passes away. Pupils and staff at a Bradford school hit by a tragedy last year are celebrating after receiving a glowing report from Ofsted. The report highlights the journey of improvement that Beckford Thornton School on Leaventhorpe Lane has been on, being graded as good in all areas following an inspection on September the 13th and 14th. The report reflects the significant improvements made in multiple areas across the school in recent years, including in curriculum. It highlights high academic aspirations for all pupils and recognise the school's mantra of no child left behind is evident in the day-to-day experience of pupils. The school was left in shock after following the tragic death of head teacher Jeremy Richardson last year, and Ofsted inspectors were keen to highlight the school's efforts to remember those who had made an impact. The school is proud of the legacy left by others, said the inspectors. It has recently opened a memorial garden where pupils and staff can reflect on the significant contribution others have made to the school and to themselves. The report noted the school needed to make improvements in the implementation of its careers program, variation in support provided to SEND pupils, and securing better rates of attendance for disadvantaged pupils. Shirley Watson, CEO of Beckford Trust, said, "We are delighted that Ofsted agreed with our self-evaluation that Beckford Thornton is a good school. Thornton is already a school of choice for the community, and this report will give them greater confidence in the quality of education provided." Police are appealing for witnesses after a man was seriously assaulted in Wakefield. Detectives would like to speak to anyone who witnessed or has information about the incident which took place in the Green on Savile Street in Wakefield on Friday the 13th of October. It took place between 7:05 p.m. and 10:10 p.m. after the victim, a man in his 30s, was assaulted by another man who ran off. Inquiries are underway into the incident by Wakefield CID, and anyone who witnessed the assault is asked to contact officers. Information can be given to Wakefield CID on 101 referencing police crime number 1323 057 1120. Information can also be given online at www.westyorkshire.police.uk/101 live chat or anonymously to the Independent Crime Stoppers charity on 0800 555 111. A well-known cameraman in Bradford passed away last week. It is with a heavy heart that we share the news of the passing of Chowdhury Imran Bakhsh, a highly respected cameraman in both Bradford and the wider UK community. He was the brother of the founder of RADIOMAC, Shahid Kaleem. Chowdhury Imran Bakhsh's departure from this world occurred last week, leaving a void in the hearts of many who knew him. At this difficult time, we humbly request you to make dua for the departed soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him and grant him the highest maqam in Jannah. We offer our deepest and most sincere condolences to the grieving family as they navigate this period of sorrow and loss. Please join us in reciting Al-Fatiha and keeping Chowdhury Imran Bakhsh and his family in your thoughts and prayers. May their hearts find solace and strength in the support of the community during this challenging time. You are listening to Radio Mac on 107.1 FM And that was RADIOMAC News with Halima Sadia.
You are listening to Radio Max Rabia Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
अगर आप सोशल हाउसिंग में रहते हैं और कोई मसला हो तो शिकायत करने का तरीका जानें। मरहला 1 अपने लैंडलॉर्ड को बताएं। अगर ये फिर भी हल ना हो, मरहला 2 अपने लैंडलॉर्ड को शिकायत करें और अगर आप उनके जवाब से खुश ना हो तो मरहला 3 हाउसिंग ओम्बड्समैन को शिकायत भेजें। वो इसकी मुनसिफाना तफ्तीश करेगा। एक महफूज घर का होना सबका हक है। अपने हुकूक जानें, मुलाहजा करें gov.uk/social housing।
Pearl's Tea Room and Patisserie, a unique dining experience for halal gourmet burgers, freshly squeezed juices, mouth-watering cakes and delicious macaroons. Indulge yourself in an experience to overwhelm the senses. Pearl's Tea Room and Patisserie, opening times 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. on weekends. Find us at 46 Rowley Avenue, Bradford, BD6 1DA, behind the Shell petrol station. Call 01274 306 567.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। मुसलमान भाइयों बहनों, जामिया उस्मानिया हीटर रोड ब्रैडफोर्ड 9 नई मस्जिद बना रहे हैं जिस पर 3 मिलियन पाउंड खर्चा आएगा। इस सदका जारिया में हिस्सा लेकर जन्नत में अपना घर बनाएं, क्योंकि अल्लाह के नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का फरमान है, जिसने दुनिया में अल्लाह का घर बनाया अल्लाह उसको जन्नत में घर अता फरमाएगा। राब्ता के लिए मुफ्ती मोहम्मद बशीर अहमद ताहिर, फोन नंबर 07866311213 और साहबजादा मोहम्मद यास साहब 07367576631।
Mover Properties are a team of qualified professionals with a decade of experience in the property industry. Are you looking for tenants? Is your property empty? Do you want peace of mind? Mover Properties has the solution. Full management, regular inspection, property maintenance, tenants waiting in all areas, letting sales and commercials. Mover Properties, 10 Duckworth Lane, BD9 482 999. Other branch 282 Ollerton Road, BD15. Email info@moverproperties.co.uk and our website moverproperties.co.uk.
क्या कर ले अंकल जी पुत्रा पुलिस बकु करी चोरिया टायरानी वजह नाल तुसा की आख्या सी ना टायर बदलाओ और तू की पता टायर कहते महंगे वे कोई चंगी जी ता सस्ती जी जा दस ना
Champion Tyres Limited, 13 to 22 inch part 1 tyres for cars, vans and 4x4s. If you buy 4 tyres you get a free laser tracking check. Champion Tyres Limited, 26 Gale Lane, Bradford. Call 01274 641 845. Special offer for taxi drivers, tracking from £10.
New insights into the mysteries of the Quran, a book by Asif Saba, self-help guide to meditation and the Quran, health, wealth, happiness and well-being. Order your copy on Amazon now or visit asifsabamindfulness.com. The Rock Crystals is an adventure into the afterlife, also available on Amazon.
रज़िया केरी फिक्रिच पईए
पैनू ना बयानी शॉपिंग वास्ते इधर-उधर फिरना पैसी
ओ जाए फिरनी नी क्या जरूरत है सिद्धे चाचा प्लाजा चो जिथे हर चीज लबनी ज्वेलरी ते कपड़े तक प्लाजा एक ते बेशुमार दुकाना इस जाइना ना चाचा प्लाजा
Spend £50 or more at Chacha Plaza to have a chance at winning a gold ring every Sunday. Terms and conditions apply. Chacha Plaza, 2 Ingleby Road, Bradford, BD7 2AT, 01274 571100.
Would you like to advertise digitally at a cost that is flexible, targetable, affordable and accessible? Then look no further. Adverts for You has designed most comprehensive range of digital advertising vans to meet the needs of businesses and agencies nationwide. Mobile digital vans with the best of technology to get your message delivered to targeted audience of your choice. Adverts from as little as £99, interacting and measuring in real time the client's message. Visit advertsforyou.co.uk or call 0781 785 4715 to book your campaign today.
Al-Markaz Al-Islami present their part-time Islamic law and traditional studies under the guidance of Sheikh Mufti Qazi Hassan Raza. Enrollment date Saturday 26th of August 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Course begins Saturday 2nd of September 2023. On Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Brothers and sisters aged 12 and over. Register now, texting name and number on 07378 414 276 or visit Al-Markaz Al-Islami, Backside Lane, Bradford, BD7 2JX 01274 270 043.
ओ बाबा क्या गाली क्यों रोनी हो
ओ यारा मिकी लका ना बू दर्दा
लका ना दर्द है तो उसकी पता नहीं अलादीन कारपेट वाले पिछले 3 साल तू लका ने दर्दानी बेडां बेचने तू ना नहीं सुनिया उन्हां कोल लका ने दर्दानी बेडां डी बेस स्लाइडर ऑटोमैन सिंगल ते डबल बेड होनी उन्हां दी कीमतां भी बड़ियां जबरदस्त हैं तो मुफ्त विच डिलीवरी करने इस तो अलावा उन्हां कोल कारपेट ते लैमिनेट ना बड़ा सिलसिला वा
Aladdin Carpets and Furniture, 31 Lum Lane, BD8 7QU 01274 741 446. You are listening to Radio Max Rabi Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. I'm your host, Asif Saba, and we're broadcasting from RADIOMAC in the heart of Bradford on 107.1 FM. And today we've been talking about a word called inspiration and how it appears 57 times in the Quran, and how inspiration that comes to you can help you on your journey. It's like it's a guide from the hereafter, and it comes into your life to give you the best possible advice according to what you are going through in your life. So to continue, our minds become clearer in the serenity of the silence we experience during meditation, and it allows us to tap into our inner wisdom and discover the solutions to our problems. We may listen to ourselves in the peaceful conditions and connect to our intuition or inspiration and learn important truths about ourselves that would normally we would not listen to them if we're just going about in our everyday lives. So this is one of the benefits of going within yourself and reflecting upon what is taking place. And as you access this inner world, you experience the inner dimensions on a deeper level, and you can connect and you can do this by embracing the inner silence, and you are able to then go beyond the superficial thinking about what takes place in this world, because you have moved your consciousness away from the activities of the physical reality, and you have taken your consciousness within yourself, and it's through your inner self that you can connect to the greater part of who you are. And then it is through this greater part of yourself, that place beyond the thoughts that stop you from reaching this inner silence. As you connect to this inner silence, this inner world, it's more closer to the heavens, where you can receive divine inspiration. So cultivating this inner stillness, it's a practice that requires the intention and mindfulness to enter this inner place. And it's not going to be something that takes one sitting and there you are. No, you have to actually work on it. You have to push yourself beyond the thoughts about this physical reality and enter this inner silence within, where you can connect and ask your questions, because in this inner silence you still have the ability to think, and you still have the ability to express yourself. So as you enter into this inner world, you can ask questions and you can get a feeling for the answer. Or you may hear the answer as thoughts, and these thoughts are coming from your guardian angels who watch over you, because they know what went on before you and what went on behind you, and they do have the answers to your questions. However, do you listen for the answer? In this inner space, this inner stillness, you can connect to your true self and tap into your intuition, and your mind will automatically be open to these new ideas. So sitting in the silence, it's not just a matter of letting go of all your thoughts. You will always have thoughts within yourself. But by entering the inner silence, you leave room for serenity and peace to establish itself within you. So through meditation, you are able to watch your ideas objectively, or like from a distance, you see and get a feel for who you really are beyond the ideas that you have about this physical world. And again, when you're reading the Quran, you might get ideas about, or you'll see verses that talk about how clouds of, God sends down the rain from the clouds. Well, in the stillness, it is like you've entered into one of these clouds and you're receiving wisdom directly from the source. So by slowing down your breathing, it acts as a trigger to helping you relax, and as you begin to breathe deeper, you become more calmer within your mind, and then you enter that inner stillness. And then it's within this place you can say your prayers, because in this place there are no distractions. There's nothing to stop you from speaking your truth. And it's from this place you want to get your thoughts of truth, love and trust. So by creating a place in this physical reality where you can go away and enter this inner world, this inner silence, and connect to your guardian angels, or connect directly to the heavens and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and receive the inspiration. So you do have to set aside your own ideas to receive this divine guidance. And that's when you start to walk your pathway in a different way, for you are listening to what the heavens want to tell you and teach you. And it's a way of, it's like a retreat, or you could even look at it as the inner jihad. Now you're going within yourself to your inner sacred mosque, that place within yourself, and the journey to get to this inner silence is like a Hajj pilgrimage you go on yourself. You are going on your own inner journey, and to reach this inner place, this inner station. And you'll find that the Quran does talk about, it tells you how you've got to reach the station of Abraham. And this is a real inner place. So look at yourself and look at this inner journey as a spiritual Hajj that you can go on. And you can go on this Hajj anytime, especially if you are having problems doing the physical Hajj. This inner Hajj, I would say it's got so many benefits for you to take that journey and go within yourself. Now, silence can heal and restore your mind. So, the verse we read a little bit earlier, where we spoke about the truth has arrived and falsehood neither creates anything new nor restores anything. And that's Surah 34, verse 49. Well, is not this inner place of solitude, a beautiful place where you can go within yourself and actually heal and restore your mind, body, and soul to its former condition? And it's the only place where a renewal will really take place. Because if you are always going on your outer journey, nothing ever changes. I mean, you can just look at, let me give you an idea. Some of the things you hear people talking about, people have been talking about those same things over and over and over and over again. Nothing ever really changes, but what can change is the journey within yourself. You are able to change, and it's only by going within yourself, seeing what is there, and restoring and healing your own inner self. That is something you can do. And you will be released from stress, you will reduce anxiety, you'll cultivate inner peace within this silence, and it allows our nervous system to rest and recharge, increasing clarity, focus, and overall well-being. So silence has so much to offer, but you have to go within to find it. You won't get it in the physical world, because it's all about action and reaction. So go within, go on your inner Hajj and find this inner silence. By finding these moments to still your mind will have such an effect, a healing effect upon you. Going within can be as simple as taking a few minutes of silence before your day starts, or before you go to sleep, even before you eat something. Just disconnect from everything that's going on around you and connect to who you are inside. And by intentionally embracing this silence, you will find tranquility, serenity, and you will learn the true meaning of the word Islam, which is surrendering yourself not to the outer activities that are taking place, but the inner silence within yourself. And that will lead you all the way back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the art of stillness is a transformative practice, and in this fast-paced world, which is noisy and distracting, going within, you are able to embrace this inner stillness, this inner silence, and create a space. And the more you do this, the more quicker you will be able to enter this inner silence, this inner stillness each time. And it does take practice. It's not something that you can do in one sitting and expect something wondrous to happen. No, you have to do it on a daily basis and continue to do it to maintain this inner stillness and this inner silence. And then as you do, you will connect to the inner wisdom and hear it more clearly in your life, and it will have a profound effect upon you. So go within yourself, learn to discover the transformative power of silence and the art of stillness. And again, you can find out more about this in my book called Self-Help Guide to Meditation and the Quran, which is available on Amazon. And there's also a storybook called The Rock Crystals, which is an adventure into the afterlife. That's also available on Amazon. I do have another book coming out soon. I haven't quite got a title for it yet, but that's, again, it's another book about Islam and self-help guide to meditation, and looking at the inner self on a much more deeper level than the first one. So hopefully that will be out either later on this year or early next year. It's just being professionally edited at the moment. but it will be, if you haven't bought the first one, read the first one, and it will lay the foundations and the table for the second one. So let's continue our journey. We've been talking about intuition. We've been talking about inspiration. So let's have a look at some ideas about intuition. And it's something we all have. We all experience moments of inspiration, and then we use our intuition to kind of make sense of the inspiration. Now, inspiration can come to us in many different ways. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's like it nearly knocks you off your feet. But it's there, guiding you along, and all inspiration comes from the greater heavens. So this is why we need to pay attention to it, because like the Quran, it came down from the highest of heavens and entered our world through the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a guide for mankind. So isn't it worth, to reach the heavens, isn't it best to read the Quran so that you can use that wisdom to climb up to the heavens as you journey through this physical reality? We are coming up for some adverts very soon, so we'll complete our talk about intuition, and if we don't finish it today, don't forget to tune in next week. I'll be here next Wednesday from 7 till 10, and we'll continue our topic on inspiration, because there is a lot to talk about, because it's a key factor in us travelling our journey. It helps us, it guides us, it inspires us. There's so many different things that comes through inspiration. And when you open your heart in love, that is when you will really connect to the inspiration that comes from your guardian angels and the heavens. And as you listen to your intuition, if you let them both work in your life, so the inspiration will be the wisdom that comes, your intuition will be the added guidance you receive as you're living your life. It might say to you, don't go down that road, but go this way instead. So listen to that intuition, because that happens in the moment, where inspiration is slightly different from intuition. Inspiration is something that you can experience, and it's like it's solving your problems. It's giving you solutions to the questions you have about life in general. And if you read the Quran, you'll get the understanding from the Quran, and then you can go within, ask your questions about the verse from the Quran. What does this mean? What does that mean? How can I understand this better? What's the meaning behind this? And we have looked at one or two verses today. Well, I know one verse where we spoke about cattle, and I gave you an explanation about what the idea behind the words cattle mean in the Quran. So let me just have a look at it. Was Surah 32 verse 27, where we did speak about how I'll read the verse out just to remind you. It says, Surah 32 verse 27, and do they not see that we drive rain to parched soil, bare of herbage? And that's you. Before you gained in spiritual wisdom, you were like a parched desert. There was no herbage really growing, and it's only when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends his inspiration, and you or even reading the Quran, that is full of inspiration. You take in that inspiration, you take in those verses, they become a part of you. And so from a parched soil, your life starts to grow. And then the verses, as you take them in and produce therewith crops, so the wisdom of the verses create a new growth within you, and you use that growth as a foundation stone upon which you stand, and providing food for their cattle and themselves. So that wisdom that you take in from the verses of the Quran feeds your negative emotions and helps you to heal your soul, and then you grow. And then again it says, have they not the vision? So, you've got to look at the verses, read them, and then you start to see beyond the verses. So we are coming up for another round of adverts. So after the adverts, we'll try talk a bit more about inspiration up until 10 o'clock. And then we'll move on.
You are listening to Radio Max Rabia Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403. Accident Law Group. Had an accident? Call our dedicated claim line on 01274 481111. That's 481111. Recovery and storage, instant vehicle replacement, taxi replacement, self-hire, approved NBRA body shop, legal advice. Email info@accidentlawgroup.co.uk or visit 44 Duckworth Grove, Bradford, BD9 5HQ.
रज़िया केरी फिक्र च पई है
पैनू ना बयानी शॉपिंग वास्ते इधर-उधर फिरना पैसी
ओ जाए फिरने की क्या जरूरत है सिद्धे चाचा प्लाजा चो जिथे हर चीज लबनी ज्वेलरी ते कपड़े तक प्लाजा एक ते बेशुमार दुकाना इस जाइना चाचा प्लाजा
Spend £50 or more at Chacha Plaza to have a chance at winning a gold ring every Sunday. Terms and conditions apply. Chacha Plaza, 2 Ingleby Road, Bradford, BD7 2AT, 01274 571100. Mover Properties are a team of qualified professionals with a decade of experience in the property industry. Are you looking for tenants? Is your property empty? Do you want peace of mind? Mover Properties has the solution. Full management, regular inspection, property maintenance, tenants waiting in all areas, letting sales and commercials. Mover Properties, 10 Duckworth Lane, BD9 482 999. Other branch 282 Ollerton Road, BD15. Email info@moverproperties.co.uk and our website moverproperties.co.uk.
ओ क्या गल है कुछ ना इंतजार होना लगे यार
ओ ये रहा हम बस का इंतजार करती है अभी तक इधर से कोई बस गुजरा ही नहीं है
ओ छोड़ो बस की अच्छो गड्डी च बियो
ओ ये रहा हमारे बैठने से कहीं तुम्हारा गाड़ी का टायर ना पंक्चर हो जाए कहीं हवा ना निकल जाए
अगर ऐसी कोई गल होई गई तो सीधे ले जो सच
BM Tires for your puncture repairs, wheel balancing and tracking. New and power-worn tires available. BM Tires, 22 Paradise Street, BD1 2HR, 01274 728 288. The best name in tires, BM Tires.
Globally, more than 1,000 children under the age of 5 die daily because of lack of clean, safe water. Is this fair? Help Families Relief provide the poorest villages with clean, safe water and protect them from waterborne disease. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was asked which charity is the best. He replied, providing water. Join the campaign and help us to save hundreds of lives. If you do one good thing today, call 0114 365 4454 or visit familiesrelief.org.uk and give life with water.
Would you like to advertise digitally at a cost that is flexible, targetable, affordable and accessible? Then look no further. Adverts for You has designed most comprehensive range of digital advertising vans to meet the needs of businesses and agencies nationwide. Mobile digital vans with the best of technology to get your message delivered to targeted audience of your choice. Adverts from as little as £99, interacting and measuring in real time the client's message. Visit adverts4you.co.uk or call 0781 785 4715 to book your campaign today.
Al-Markaz Al-Islami presents Islamic Law and Traditional Studies for Sisters. New course for busy mothers, working sisters and all sisters who would like to learn the foundation of our deen. Monday to Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. Enrolling now. Course begins 4th September 2023. Sisters aged 16 and over. Modules include translation of the glorious Quran, Hadith science, tafsir, Islamic jurisprudence and much more. Come and visit Al-Markaz Al-Islami, Beckside Lane, Bradford, BD7 2JX, 01274 270 043.
ओ मरी क्या होए
क्या गल है चाचा कुदरे साइकिल पर नहीं टठे हो
साइकिल पर कोई ना टठा लक्या ने दर्द नाल ते जोड़ा ने दर्द नाल मरी क्या होए
ते फिर सलंजी ड्रिंक पियो ना
ए सलंजी ड्रिंक क्या होड़ा
चाचा इस ड्रिंक विच खालस शलाजीत अखरोट पिस्ते बादाम काजू ते और भी बहुत सारी चंगीਆਂ चीਜ਼ਾं पईयां ने ए ड्रिंक पीने नाल लक्के ने दर्द कोलेस्ट्रोल ब्लड प्रेशर जोड़ा ने दर्द सारा कुछ ठीक हो जासी ते तुसा घोड़े हाल दौड़सो
Salanji, our own natural milk energy drink available at all Chacha Chai stores. Visit salanji.com.
New insights into the mysteries of the Quran, a book by Asif Saba, self-help guide to meditation and the Quran, health, wealth, happiness and well-being. Order your copy on Amazon now or visit asifsabamindfulness.com. The Rock Crystals is an adventure into the afterlife, also available on Amazon.
मामा आज क्या खासो
वो पामाजान उसना पामाजान
ओ मामा ये रोज पामाजान खाई खाई तंग नहीं पैणी हो
वो चला ही के 100 बारी खाओ ते तावे नहीं तंग पैना
तो फिर करा ऑर्डर
वो टली खड़का देर कैसी है
12 Manville Terrace, Bradford. Call 01274726218. Opposite Bradford College and University. Open on weekdays 11 a.m. till midnight and weekends from 3 p.m. till midnight. Delivery available from 5 p.m. Delicious Parmesan House, Manville Terrace is the only exclusive Delicious Parmesan House in Bradford. You are listening to Radio Max Rabia Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back. My name is Asif Saba, and you're listening to Radio Mac, broadcasting on 107.1 FM. And today, we've been talking about the word inspiration and how it plays a significant part in your life. And basically, because inspiration is always coming to each of us, it's there as a guide to help us on our journey. And we do have the free will, whether we listen to the inspiration that is sent to each of us or we discard it and go our own way. So inspiration is something that everybody needs to listen to, really, because it brings into your life on an individual basis the truth, and it brings answers to all your inner questions. So inspiration, without having this inspiration in our lives, we would struggle to even exist for a single day. And it's our guardian angels. They're the keys to us receiving that inspiration from the greater states of awareness. So, if you think of everything like building blocks, we are here in this world. Our guardian angels are in the next world, inspiring us. Behind them will be more angels. Behind them will be more angels. Behind them will be even more angels. And it's like a ladder going all the way back up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And through inspiration, it's kind of watered down and filtered as it comes through all the different levels and degrees. And remember, between man and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are 70,000 veils of light. And so this inspiration comes originally from Allah, comes down all through the different stages, and we receive it as thoughts in our mind of the best possible course of action or the best answers to our questions. And so by us listening to the inspiration, it means we're paying attention. And the angels, then they will bring more inspiration and greater guidance until one day you find your way home, back up to the greatest of heavens, where you will be rewarded, because inspiration is all about guiding you on the best possible pathway in your life. And as well as inspiration, you have your intuition, which is also, it acts as helping you to make your choices on a more physical level. Now, intuition is the ability to understand or know something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. It is a form of inner guidance that arises from our subconscious mind and connects to us on a deeper level of knowing. Understanding the nature of intuition allows us to recognize its presence in our lives. It's a fascinating part of who we are and part of our cognitive understanding. And it helps us to make decisions so that our consciousness can, it leads us to a place which is going to allow our consciousness to transcend. And it's through our intuition and inspiration that we can become greater than who we believe ourselves to be. And you've got to realize the darkness doesn't want you to understand this knowledge. The darkness doesn't want you to know this, because where there is light, darkness cannot shine. Darkness is dark. The light will shine and radiate about all around you, fill you with light, and then the darkness can't exist. So be aware of that. Where there is light, the darkness can't exist. And if the darkness isn't existing within you, then, it's got nothing to hold on to. It's like it dies. So this is the beauty about listening to the inspiration. And the fight that exists between the light and the darkness is that the light will transform the darkness, but the darkness fights back because it knows once it's been transformed into light, it kind of loses its power, and it gets its power from you. You're the one who feeds the darkness. So realize that and follow your intuition and follow the inspiration that comes to you that lightens and brightens your inner self. Now, inspiration originates from your subconscious mind and draws on all of your prior learning and experiences and insights. So it draws on the inspiration or the information that is already within you, those things you've learned. And this is why reading the Quran, you take in those verses, it builds a platform of information upon which you stand, and then as you enter your experiences, you draw on that wisdom, that knowledge, and that inspiration to guide you. And then as you apply that inspiration, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow more inspiration to come to you, raising you up, and this allows you to grow into the best possible being or person you can grow. And again, that's why the Quran continues to discuss character building and how best to live your life to become the best you can be. Now, the basis of intuition is in our capacity to access the deeper degrees and know and comprehend and be aware of the wisdom within. And it is through this wisdom that we will gain answers and insights into not only our lives, but answers to questions that our physical mind won't be able to comprehend. So, this is another reason why it's best to listen and flow with the inspiration that comes to you. And intuition and inspiration, it avoids the requirement of conscious thought sometimes. When you go within, the inspiration is the conscious thought, but intuition doesn't need conscious thought. It's just something you do in the moment, because you immediately know. It's like walking down the street, go this way or go that way. you immediately know which direction. So it happens in the moment, where inspiration is something that you can experience over time. Like when you're meditating, you're sitting in the inner silence, you can dwell within that silence and pick up all sorts of bits of inspiration that comes into your mind over a longer period of time. And you know, it's not something that happens in an instant. Well, inspiration can happen in an instant, but usually it's over a longer period of time. But intuition, that is something like, it's like a decision you make in the moment. So be aware of the difference between inspiration and intuition. Now, cultivating awareness, that's developing awareness, and it's critical or crucial for tapping into your intuition. By quietening noise or the surrounding environment or the external distractions, you can cultivate a mindfulness presence. And you can do that when you enter into your inner silence and listen to the inspiration that's coming to you. So practice meditation or practice writing down your ideas like a diary or journaling, and take the time to listen to the thoughts that that you entertain. Our thoughts are frequently, they can overwhelm us with all sorts of different ideas about this physical reality. But inspiration and intuition work together, and they can guide you along the best possible pathway. So mindfulness teaches our minds to concentrate on the here and the now, and you can become conscious of your thoughts, feelings, and any sensations that are taking place within you and external to you. Even if you cannot see those, or you cannot see the experiences or thoughts or the feelings or sensations that are taking place, you will know they are there. And this increase in awareness frees up our time for our intuition to guide us. And we can develop a heightened sensitivity to the subliminal clues and intuitive prompts that help us make decisions that are the best decisions for our life. And when you walk through life in a peaceful mental state, it allows you to know what's going on around you. You don't lose any of your understanding about the reality, but you've just got a better understanding of it, because you can see beyond the illusion, because you have entered into this inner state where the truth will speak wise words of wisdom to you. So again, being in truth, being honest, is a crucial part of being open to answers to your inner questions, because everything that you experience comes from within. It's not about the outer world, the things that you learn at school. Okay, we learn things from the outer environment, but then we also set up a platform of information, and there's nothing wrong with rejuggling some of the old ideas that may have been just partial truths and turning those partial truths into full truths of understanding. So think about this, go within yourself, work to sit within the silence. To get there, it is like a Hajj, going on Hajj, because you are going from one state of being to another state of being. And the key to that is to sit within your own inner self and listen to your inner truth. And don't let logic come in and cause doubts. And don't dismiss your intuitive insights, because they are like a learning, and you have to learn to put your trust and listen to the truth of that voice within yourself, because it's essential. And through self-reflection, you will receive validation of past intuitive experiences, and then you can build on those past experiences and also transform those past experiences through the wisdom that you receive through the inspiration that comes into your mind as you sit within the silence. So engage in practices that enhance your intuition and that strengthen your connection to the inner guidance. And these practices may include meditation, creative expression, dream analysis, also deviations of many different kinds, as long as it's inspiring you. But the greatest inspiration is the inspiration that comes through all the angels down to you, and that comes directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can pick that up by just going within yourself, sitting in the silence and connecting to that inspiration. And again, I just want to remind you how many times the word inspiration appears in the Quran. Well, I did a find on the Quran. When you press the button in Word and it finds all the words of the same, and it came up with 57 times the word inspiration appears in the Quran. So think about that, and the next time you read the Quran and you come across this word inspiration, ponder about what that word actually means, and know that there's a great meaning behind that. And it's not just a word, but it's something that you can learn to connect to and draw wisdom into yourself as you sit in meditation and go within the inner silence and listen to that divine inspiration that comes all the way from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into your life to guide you and keep you safe. So intuition can be a valuable tool as well when you add it to the inspiration, and it aligns you with yourself, and it happens in the moment, and it can keep you safe and guide you and look after you. So by listening to your intuition and the inspiration, we access insights and guidance that surpass the logical analyses that we make about the physical reality. So integrating intuition with logic and reasoning allows for a more holistic and intuitive approach to decision making about what is going on in our lives. So the power of intuition is a remarkable gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you. By understanding and cultivating and trusting our intuition and our inspiration, we can tap into the beautiful wisdom of the heavens and use it to guide ourselves. And through awareness and trust and truth and intuitive practices like meditation, we can delve deep within ourselves and connect to the inner guidance that leads us towards a life that gives us clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. And when we embrace this intuitive power or this inspirational power, we embark on a different kind of journey. And it might be the same journey. However, the inspiration helps us to understand that journey in a better way. And then later on, as you listen closely to the inspiration, maybe it will guide you down a different pathway, because you start to do things according to the inspiration and not according to I want to do this and my own will, but the will of the greater good of all. So learn to unlock the hidden wisdom that is within yourself. And if you need any help, continue to listen to Radio Mac. All the broadcasters, they bring something beautiful into your life to help you, to guide you, to make you think about what you're doing in life. And if you wish, you can buy a copy of my book, Self-Help Guide to Meditation and the Quran. It's on Amazon. And maybe that will help you as well. So learn to listen to that inner wisdom, that inner inspiration, and do not let yourself be put off by the goings on in other people's lives, because if they choose not to listen to the inspiration, then that's up to them. You know, you can't change anybody really. They have to change themselves. And so as this program comes to an end, I hope you've enjoyed listening, and I hope, if you wish, you can connect to us directly through YouTube. If you type into YouTube Radio Mac, you can subscribe to the Radio Mac channel. These recordings today, it's gone live. There are other recordings by myself and other presenters that have gone out, so you can listen to past recordings and enjoy some of the talks that have been going on. And I would like to first give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to come into your homes to bring these messages of hope, happiness, peace, love and well-being, and that you may find it in your hearts to send out loving feelings from yourself. And when you pray, fill yourself with love, because love will carry your prayers all the way up to the heavens. And the best place to find answers to your prayers is through your own inner self. So when you go within yourself, listen to the answers, listen to the inspiration and intuition that comes to you. And within those two things will be the answers to all of your worldly problems. But if you don't go within yourself, you will never get the time to listen to those answers that bring you that divine message of hope, happiness, love, peace, well-being, healing for your soul, because it's through within you get all that you need. And you will find the answers, but you have to look. You have to be open to wanting to know how you can heal your own self from some of the things that have caused you to think, maybe using your negative emotions. Because where there is darkness, there is also a light. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide you using his light. So I would like to thank you for listening. And as we draw this week's program to a close, I will be back next week between 7 and 10 to bring you some new insights and understandings. I'm not sure what we will talk about, but I'll think of something. And, you know, it will be connected to understanding the mystical Quran, looking at some of the verses from the Quran, maybe looking at them in a symbolic way like we did earlier when we spoke about the cattle, and how you can understand the word cattle in the Quran, not as cattle as in cows or sheep or any of the other beasts or animals that roam around this world, but your negative emotions can be like cattle, and when you listen to those negative emotions you know, God sends inspiration to you like rain from the heavens, and it transforms these cattle, feeds them, you know, the wisdom they transform into light, and that's where this food does you good too. And it turns a barren desert, which is your mind, into something with great growth, crops, a new harvest, which you can use to stand upon and form a new foundation within yourself. So, as we are coming up for the ending of this program, I thank you for listening, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you a blessed week, and we will catch up again next week. We are coming up for some more adverts, so I will take my leave of you, and Jazakallah, thank you for listening, and I hope to be seeing you again.
You are listening to Radio Max Rabi Thani Ghosia broadcast on 107.1 FM. You can also listen to us on www.radiomac.org. And if you would like to advertise, ring 0793 66 77403.